Hello. So today I thought I would do a video about my Shop Miss A makeup that I've been buying. Um, I've had time to place 2 orders now and like use it and kind of sift through it. So I figured I would just do a quick video using some of the stuff I have that I like and you guys can see it. I'm just going to get right into it because I feel like it always takes too long. The first thing I'm using is going to be the BB cream, the AOA Perfect Skin Perfecting. I'm just using my hands because I'm a lazy heathen. And I'm not even using a mirror. Actually, there's a mirror to the right of the camera, so I do have a mirror, but this stuff is pretty light. I've swatched it and used it a little bit. So I don't necessarily feel bad going kind of crazy with it. It matches my skin pretty good and the texture isn't bad. It kind of feels a little thick like sunblock though at first. And then it kind of like dries. So there's that. It's not super matte either. So I don't know if it will work if you have oily skin, but my skin's pretty normal to dry. It does have a little bit of like a light whitish kind of pasty cast to it, so if that's not your jam, then you might not like this, but I'm usually looking for things that make me like less red in places I don't want to be red, if that makes sense. So to me, this kind of works. I also got concealer, but I'm not going to use that yet. I'm going to just give this a minute to like chill because it's like, it's a little bit like tacky at first, but if you wait a couple minutes, it will dry. So I don't know. Probably going to grab the eyeshadow primer that I have instead of the concealer because I think this is fine, but I'll save the concealer for later. I don't know. We'll see. Okay, I actually got 2 different eyeshadow primers. The first one I got, I had a doe foot applicator that broke. So the second time I got this, the Amuse eyeshadow primer that comes in the jar. Because I figured, like, how could you screw this up? I've also got this brush from them, the E123. It's kind of, like, dense and stumpy, and I feel like it's perfect for this eyeshadow primer. So I just kind of like getting in there, getting in both sides of the brush. I don't know. Whatever. I'm going to use my mirror for this one. This stuff is kind of weird because at first I was like, I don't know if I like it. It's very, like, it's a lot like the BB cream. I feel like it's a little bit thick and a little bit dry. But then, after I used it, when I put my eyeshadow on top of it, I was like, okay, dang. It has a lot of, like, grip to it. I feel like it holds the eyeshadow on really well. I also feel like I have, like, pretty wrinkly eyelids, so this does a good job, like, holding the eyeshadow in place on my wrinkly eyelids so that they're not, like, you know, it's not always creasing or getting, like, funny little lines. I do tend to put this on, like, pretty thick. I don't know, maybe it's because it seems so dry in the jar. But I really try to work it in there. Again, I don't know if it's just me, but it feels a little bit dry. But I'm over the dryness, even though it takes a little bit of effort. Just because I feel like once it's on there, my eyeshadow will be the most stuck on. And it's nice, it's like a flesh tone color, so it doesn't look crazy. Let's see, what am I going to do next? Let me give it a second. Let me grab the eyeshadow. I'm so disorganized today. I'm just doing my makeup on a whim, and I was like, I guess I should make a video because, I don't know, why not? You guys might want to see how this stuff works. So, one of the other interesting things that I got is this, let me read it, Amuse Cosmetics Leap Lip and Cheek Stick. I keep seeing, like, these Glossier videos on my Instagram feed where people are using these, like, tinted sticks to do their blush, and I kind of like it. But I also That's my cat trying to come in, but they can't make up their minds, so they gotta stay out. But, yeah, basically, I saw a bunch of Glossier stuff on my Instagram feed. I clicked on it. I saw how much Glossier costs and was like, yeah, no, definitely not gonna do that. So I was like, whatever, we'll try one of these instead. So I like how it blends out when I have the BB cream on. They really want to come in. I can't tell which cat it is. But it doesn't necessarily sit as well on my, like, raw flesh. Like, you kind of want to have something underneath it. Otherwise, I just feel like if I don't have, like, a pore filling something like a BB cream or a primer, I just, like, I feel like because it's in a stick, it clings to my pores strangely if I don't have product underneath it. But yeah, so it is what it is. But it does look good. Like, I like it when I do have BB cream. One thing I do really like about it is that I feel like the finish blends in really well with my makeup, so it doesn't read like grandma's dry powdery blush effect. Not that that's a bad thing, like I do like powder blush, like sometimes I use more than one. One sec. I had to let the cat in. And he's already gone in, because that's how cats are. So it's pretty light. One of the reasons I put it on my finger and then dab it on my face is that if I put it directly onto my face, it comes out way too crazy looking. So, I dab it on. Next, I'm gonna... Here's Athena. A minute ago, it was Thor. They're probably looking for each other. Yep. Now they're fighting another door. I'm gonna take a minute and close the door again because my cats are turds and they can't make up their minds. Okay, I locked one cat out and one cat in, so we'll hope for the best. But I forgot what I was saying about the blush, but whatever. I like it. You've probably heard enough about it. I'm going to move on to this AOA Perfect blush in these little screw-off tops. Again, for the millionth time, I never use these as blush because the pan is too small, but I like them as eyeshadow. So, I'm just going to put this in my crease. I kind of like to, like, dab them in there so they come out full force. I'm also using one of the AOA brushes. This one is the E112. I really like this one because it's small, but it's very dense and like pointy, like a little pencil. It's very nice and precise for like getting right in the crease. Also, like when I picked out these little individual blushes to use as eyeshadow, I matched them up with colors from the Velour Mousse eyeshadow collection, the AOA one. So they all worked out great. So now I have these perfect little like duo pairs that I picked out, which is cool. I'm gonna use one of those next so you can see it. I like them because the containers are small and the lids are on nice, and the Velour Mousse one, I don't use a brush for, I just use my finger. So it, like, if I'm going somewhere or I want to bring makeup with me, it just minimizes the amount of makeup that I actually have to bring. And I know it's not going to, like, come open in my purse. Like, if I'm bringing makeup with me somewhere to do my makeup, I don't want to have, like, a magnetic closure eyeshadow palette in my purse or something. Whereas these little blush eyeshadows, the top screws on, so I don't feel bad about having them in my purse. This eyelid is super wrinkly, so sometimes I struggle. But it's okay. Now that I have better brushes, I gotta say it's a lot easier to do my eyeshadow well. It's going pretty good. One of the reasons I really try to pack this on when I do this in the crease is just so that I have a good amount of eyeshadow, like blend the shimmery shades into, just because those are more of like a wet to dry texture. And this is really dry, and I kind of have like a little bit of oily eyelids. So I guess I'm kind of using this to really set my lid at the same time with my primer. And then of course I'm going to use my fabulous fingers for blending. I do feel like that BB cream, because it's thicker and then kind of like settles into my skin, it does give me like a nice base for blending makeup into. I don't necessarily feel like it does a ton for color. You know, it kind of evens out my redness a little bit, but not too much. But the best part about it really is kind of like the base it provides for the other makeup that I put on top of it. So, it's probably good. I'm going to bust out that Velour Mousse eyeshadow. This one's really pretty. This color is called Vogue. It looks dark purple in the pan, but then when you put it on, it's more of like a, kind of like a pinky burgundy, look like silver shimmer, pinky. Yeah, it's not as purple. It's very pink. Very magenta almost, or like fuchsia. And this is another one, like if you just put it on your skin with nothing underneath it, I kind of feel like sometimes I get a lot of fallout from it. But that eyeshadow primer is good, and it really, stuff really sticks to it, so it looks great on top of that primer. I mean, it looks great just on my eyelid with nothing. It's just that it kind of moves around a little bit more. All my nails are really long, so I'm like kind of struggling to like pack it on there. Part of me is like, maybe I should just cut one nail so I have like a good finger for applying this eyeshadow because I like it so much. It's got a nice shimmer. It looks really good with the blush that I picked out that I'm using as an eyeshadow. And that one is called, I don't think I ever said it, Stunner. So, Stunner and Vogue together, I like. Just because one's a little bit darker, so you get your nice like chiseled crease, and then you've got a shimmer, but even though it's like really metallic, it has like nice pigmentation to it. Like it's not completely translucent at all. So, I really like it. Athena's here. So, next I think I'm going to come back again to the blush. I feel like my stick blush gave me like a really subtle natural blush effect, but I want to grab, I got some shimmery ones that are like pressed roses. They're really cute. Let me grab. Okay, I grabbed the concealer, the AOA Studio concealer in Porcelain. I was actually like, maybe I should do a little bit under my eyes. Oh no, I got it right in my eyelashes. I just feel like I'm not getting the contrast that I want in here. I don't know, I guess you're probably supposed to put concealer on before you put BB cream on. But since I haven't put any powder products under my eye, I feel like I'm safe. I don't know, sometimes I just kind of go crazy and do whatever I want in whatever order I want. Oh, this is Athena. She's helping me. She's very cute. This is her tail. She's gonna put her feet in all my stuff and knock it on the floor. This concealer, it says like non-drying on it, which at first I was like, okay, what does that mean? That doesn't sound good. But then I was like, oh, I guess it just kind of means that it's got like a lotiony texture forever. So sometimes you kind of gotta like keep an eye on it. You don't really want it like settling into your creases. But at the same time, like, I feel like my under eye is pretty dry. I don't necessarily feel like it's like an oily spot on my face, so I feel like maybe the fact that it's a little bit moist is kind of helpful, because then it kind of like, even if it does something you don't like, you can kind of like move it back. So yeah, there we go. That's brighter. That's better. I think I'm going to come back with that stick blush now though, because I kind of like blending out the concealer. I kind of took it like a little bit too far down. But again, another cream product, so they blend like super nice, like right into each other. That's another reason I kind of wanted like a cream blush, is because sometimes I feel like if I keep using powder products and like my whole face, like if I do a powder blush and a powder contour and a powder highlight, the BB cream and like the oils and the stuff that's underneath it, like it gets so much powder on it that it's not doing what I want it to do anymore. Like it's too powdery and it starts to get cakey, so I felt like having a cream blush would give me like more color without the powderiness. There we go. It's pretty shiny under my eyes. I'm probably gonna have to come back and like set that with some kind of powder, but I'm actually gonna put this blush on first. This is the Malibu Glitz in number 4. It's got a rose pressed into it, so cute. I use my fingers to put these on. Cat's leaving again. I tried using a brush, but I don't know, it just doesn't pick up the powder, it doesn't pack it on. Doesn't do it for me. This stuff is pretty shimmery. It's also a pretty dark color. I would say this is pretty dramatic. But I like to just put it like, if I'm doing the like sunburnt blush effect, like right on the apples of my cheeks, just so they're like shimmery. Ta-da! It's almost like a blush and a highlight in one because it's shimmery. But also the undersides of my eyes are now so shiny it's bothering me. This is not from Shop Miss A, but I didn't buy any powder for them because I'm not super picky about it, and this is just from Essence. This brush is, though, from AOA Studio, High Def Brush F2. I do like this. It's nice and dense, like all their brushes. I think that's probably my favorite part about them. But this is just the Essence All About Matte Fixing Powder. I kind of like it says translucent, but I feel like it's got a little bit of like a little pinky tone to it. Which, yeah, I know I'm trying to get rid of pink, but it does help it match my skin better. That's probably like a little bit too much powder, but we're just gonna like let it sit for a hot second. Like tap out my blush a little bit. But yeah, I do like this makeup, I gotta say. There we go. That's much better. Much better. Now it's not shiny anymore. I guess the last thing I want to do is probably lipstick. I have an AOA lip liner in Bombshell. It's like a chestnut brown. I like it, but it's very soft. So it's almost like a lipsticky texture, so you have to be pretty gentle. If you push too hard on it when you're putting it on, you can't see probably, but it'll kind of like pill up and come off in little bumps. But you just gotta be gentle. If you're really light-handed, there's Athena knocking all my makeup over. If you're really light-handed, it's fine. It also helps when you don't talk. At least while you're doing your lip liner. Since it's so soft, I tend to put it on pretty thick, just because it gives me like a little bit of body to blend the lipstick into. I tend to like not super match my lip liner and my lipstick because I feel like what's the point of putting two different products on if they're going to be the same color. But for lipstick, I've got the Wonder Matte Lipstick in Hero. It's like a warm chestnutty brown. I really like these lipsticks. Like a lot. I think I have like 7 of them now. If you want to see a swatch video, let me know in the comments below. Also, if you made it this far and you don't think I'm like the worst, feel free to subscribe. If you think I'm the worst though, like just go away. But we ain't about that negativity. So, that's the lipstick and the lip liner. I do like this color like a lot. I'm gonna like let that dry for a second and maybe like blend in my blush a little bit because it's a little bit bright. But then part of me is like, it does look pretty good with the lipstick. It's like strong retro vibes. Retro vibes. Yeah, I'm gonna check real quick to make sure there's not something else I want to put on my face, but I might be done. And the last thing I'm gonna add, this is something that I tried on my second order. I didn't get on the first one. It's the metallic liquid lipstick. This one's in Saint. I love the matte ones so much that I was like, yeah, let's try the metallic ones. But the one difference is that the matte ones stay all day through drinking and like eating, and they really stick on there. But the metallic ones do not have that same staying power. I've been using the metallics over the mattes. Just because the matte ones will give you the nice stuck on base layer. And the metallics, you know, they're metallic on top, but they don't wear off as fast with the matte liquid lipstick underneath. I did the same thing when I ordered these, like when I was ordering first I picked out the matte ones and then I came back through the metallic ones and picked metallic ones to match up with the matte ones that I got. So I can either wear the matte one on its own or I could wear it with the metallic over top. I like how the metallic looks over top. I feel like they go together well. And both of them are like a thin formula that dries really well, so they layer nicely. It's not like it's like chunky or anything. But yeah, so that's the finished look. I'll throw in a couple pictures at the end just for better lighting. But if you want to see swatches of anything I have more duos of the blush and the eyeshadow that I picked out. And I've got like a ton of the liquid lipstick, so if you want to see swatches, just let me know in the comments. I hope you like it. I'm gonna go hang out with my cats now, who are, based on their bad behavior, clearly crying out for my attention.